Welcome back for another bonus level from Redcoin, the Nintendo podcast. Cameron here, joined with Chris. Just the two of us today. Adam and Aaron are too busy doing other things today, so it's just going to be us doing the catch-up.
What else do you do on a Friday night? You record a podcast, that's what you do.
So, Nintendo Direct. Chris,
Yes.
your thoughts on the whole Direct first?
Well, I'd probably give it a solid 7.8 out of 10. Too much water?
Yep.
No. Yep. I get it about 8.5 out of 10.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, solid 7, solid 8, probably push it up there.
It wasn't like massively...
It wasn't earth-shattering, but it's what it needed.
I think it's what it needed, so, yeah.
I should also say, Ben is here. He's probably not going to be saying much, since he's not much of a Nintendo fan. But you may remember him from the early episodes. Ben, how you doing?
Good.
He just got finished putting together my new computer, so I'll be doing some more editing on that, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully that will increase the quality of videos. So big thanks to Ben. You can not talk for the rest of this now if you like. All right, so we've got a little bit of a list. We're not going to go into too much description of all this, but so first it opened up with one of my predictions, mentioned Iwata.
Yep, so just a wider reference off the bat saying...
first one since he's passed away.
Yeah, and thanks for the messages and stuff, So Cam actually watched on accident, he watched the US Direct, and I watched the European one, which is the one on Nintendo.com.au.
It should be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
If there's any discrepancies, we'll fight it out on stuff. So.
It was just funny because we both reacted the same, and then you were watching a completely different one.
So after Iwata went into one of your predictions, Twilight Princess HD remake.
Yep.
So it's coming out for the Wii U.
Yeah, on March 4th.
And we watched another video on it with some comparisons. It's not a huge jump, but it's a nice little change. So it's just a bit sharper.
I think all the resolution has been upscaled to 1080p. I think a bit better lighting.
Just in general.
Most of the textures look pretty average still.
Yeah.
But that game needs a lot of work to be able to look good. It's not like Wind Waker where you can just, more lighting, up res, and it's done.
Yeah. There's a lot of depth to it. And you were saying that an Australian company...
Australian company based in Melbourne who have got about 20 years experience doing the port, which is really cool for them and cool for Australia as well.
Hopefully that's a good sign of things to come.
Yeah.
Saying that they've done a couple other games for them.
Yeah, they did like Mass Effect 3 port and the Deus Ex Human Revolution port as well for Wii U.
So, and with Twilight Princess, we had the Wolf Link amiibo.
Yeah.
Now, I've never played a Zelda game properly. The farthest I've ever got is past Deku Tree. And I think I passed... What's the first boss of Wind Waker?
Oh, Goma, yeah.
Goma?
You did Goma Silent,
That's all I've ever done, and I just can't manage to stick at him. But this amiibo looks really cool. It's what's that thing?
It's Wolf Link and Midna.
Yeah, Midna, that's right. From from Hyrule Warriors, but yeah, from Twilight.
Oh, yeah. And it's like the stand is a bit longer as well.
Yeah, it's slightly different. I mean, they're moving away from the standard Smash Bros. Basis and stuff.
Yeah, and that's good.
Which is good, which is what you want.
We'll start seeing amiibos in other things, like, we've already got the Yoshi one, and then cars, and, anything will be an amiibo. This table will be an amiibo.
So, they've announced a pack with the game, the amiibo, and the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And I think that's coming to both areas. I don't remember seeing the soundtrack on the American one, so maybe they're not
Surely
getting
it will.
But I assume it would. I might just have not paid attention to it.
Which is a cool bundle. I mean, I probably won't get it, because I might get the amiibo. I don't know.
We'll see.
See how many amiibos I've got.
Yeah. And then, so they got Spirit Tracks and Hourglass.
Yeah,
they're available
Hourglass.
on VC
the
now,
eShop,
on Virtual Console, so that's kind of cool. You can go back and do that. And more Zelda news, Triforce Heroes, so there's a DLC with like the Fierce Deity costume.
Yeah, Fierce Deity chainmail, and what was the other thing?
I can't remember. I'm not the one to ask. Another costume. They give you in-game abilities. I think Fierce Deity lets you look inside chests or something like that.
It was Linebeck. Linebeck and lets you see in chests, and Fierce Deity gives you the the increased attack damage.
Sure. And then there was a new challenge mode with like 32 levels of a tower that you have to.
Oh yeah,
like
I was tuning out by that time.
Yeah. And then continued Zelda news. So they didn't go much into it, but they did show another little clip of Zelda U.
Yeah.
And announced that it
4 seconds of it.
Yeah, and announced that it will be on Wii U. So that's exciting.
I thought we were going to get more. Well, as soon as I saw the horse flip over, the graphics style change, I was like, here we go, boom, we're getting a title, we're getting this, we're getting this. No, we got about 4 seconds of it, and that was it. So,
but at least we know to expect it. So maybe this will be like Adam says, it will be Wii U swan song. So we got Paper Jam Bros as well.
Before we move off the Zelda stuff, we've got Hyrule Warriors Legends, Linkle.
Oh right,
the girl Zelda.
What if Link was a girl?
Yeah,
we now answer that question. It's just for Hyrule Warriors at this point.
I think so, yeah.
But we don't know anything about if it's Link's sister, if it's an alternate reality Link, or if it's just completely unrelated, non-canon.
Non-canon, yeah. My bet it would be non-canon.
Yeah, pretty attractive.
Yeah.
Some more fan service from...
I don't know about that.
Paper Jam Bros. It's Paper Mario meets Mario and Luigi normally.
Yep.
Looks pretty cool. You can use sort of both style game abilities.
Yeah. Slip through cracks and like do a puzzle or something. Yeah.
It looks cool. I've never been into Paper Mario though myself.
Oh, it's really good, man. You gotta play it.
Yeah. We're a bit out of order here, but we'll say it anyway. So one of the things they announced at the end was Cloud.
Yeah, that was another massive thing.
So he is now in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
They didn't say if this was a random character or if this was a winner of the ballot or anything like that. I don't think it would be a ballot win because it's such an odd character for them to get just because people voted for it. So obviously, I think there must be some kind of deal they've got because the other thing they announced was the Final Fantasy game for 3DS.
Oh yeah, Explorers or what was it?
Something like that. Again, I've never paid attention to those, which I probably should do if I'm gonna have a podcast about it.
No, definitely.
You can look it up, I'm sure.
There were some people saying that like now that I almost said Shulk, Cloud is in Smash. Does that mean like Final Fantasy VII's coming to NX?
That'd be cool.
I was
that'd
like,
be so funny.
why would they put them in the game? Like,
I guess we'll just have to wait.
How does Sakurai get these characters?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something's going down. A Splatoon update again. So still going on with the Splatoon update. So that's another thing we got right with our prediction. No Octolings though. It was just stages and gear. There's a museum stage that looks really cool.
And a resort stage.
And a resort stage
like a bunch
with water
of
hazards.
stuff.
And it drains out at the end of the stage, and it's like a last minute.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool. I like how they're going more for interactive stages.
Yeah, it is cool.
Then we have Xenoblade
Chronicles X. Yeah.
Just a little bit more gameplay. I think that's one of the other things we predicted.
I mean, it's coming out in like 3 weeks, so this is like their final bit of marketing, I think.
Yeah. We got a Star Fox Day.
We did.
Do you remember what the date is?
I don't.
Quickly, I'll talk about other things while we do it. So there's a bit of gameplay. They went into more of the vehicles, showing more of the Walker and...
April 22nd.
April 22nd.
Yeah.
Cool. So they went into that. And another prediction we got correct, Star Fox amiibos.
Yeah.
So that was one of our predictions.
Did they release Star Fox amiibos?
Didn't they show it? I swear they showed it. They said they were coming.
Oh, there's no doubt that they're coming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Am I making this up? I was pretty sure.
Did you dream it?
Maybe it was a dream.
I don't think they.
I don't know anymore. Yeah, they didn't announce. I'm not sure. I'm really confused now. I must have. Maybe they announced.
You're thinking of Animal Crossing.
I know they announced Animal Crossing, but we'll see. Next, they announced Animal Crossing amiibos. What's really interesting is they're going on to like exclusivity in their amiibos. So it's like this is only out for this time. And if you don't get it, it's gone. We're not making it.
Which is kind of.
It's kind of. In a
well,
way.
Luckily I don't collect, so I don't have to line up outside the store at 7 a.m.
Well, I don't think Animal Crossing is ever going to be a line-up sort of. Oh, I guess it is pretty popular.
Yeah, it is extremely popular, but I mean, I don't collect amiibo. So.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a double pack that comes with Isabella and one of the other characters. I'm not sure of the name, unfortunately. I don't follow that either. But the second character is limited, and then Isabella will also be somewhat limited until that pack.
So it's Isabel, Digby, and then the amiibo
Digby
cards.
Was the one that, yeah. And they announced, they showed the silhouette of some of them as well. I think I saw Mr. Rossetti was the only one I could identify from Smash.
It's funny that I mainly know these characters from Smash as well.
Yeah, basically.
They play Animal Crossing.
Super Mario Maker update. So they announced a few extra things.
Yeah, it's like a web portal. So you'll be able to log in on your phone, PC, Wii U, I assume, and actually like search for
specific
stages.
So like if you want extra hard, you can search extra hard and it'll come up with ones. If you want sound-based auto scrolls and all that, so it makes it a bit easier to locate something that you're into. If you want to see some really cool auto scrollers, type in auto scroller. If you want to be challenged and hate yourself, just play my level or search extra hard.
Because I'm perfectly happy with never seeing an auto scroller ever again. Like you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Once you've done them a couple of times, there's really nothing else to it. And then the big announcement, the big announcement in our eyes.
Pokemon
into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it for a second. So Pokken they showed a bit of Pokken.
Yep.
What's the Mewtwo called? Dark Mewtwo or
Shadow Mewtwo?
Shadow Mewtwo. So he's coming with the game as an unlockable character, but you can unlock him early by having the amiibo card.
Yeah, it's an amiibo card. It kind of reminds you of that ancient Mew card that we got in like 15 years ago.
Well, they're basically Pokemon cards, so this gives them an excuse. I would like to see more. If they're going to do more cards, I think Pokken would be a good game for it.
That would be cool,
because it gives you more of a range of having them without having to make an amiibo for every single Pokemon in it. Because they're already very limited with the Pokemon amiibos. Like, they don't unlock a costume in Yoshi or anything like that. So
that's true.
There's already
Let's get a generic Pokeball one.
And then Mario Tennis Smash.
Yeah,
Ultra Smash.
I glazed over this.
I mean, Adam is probably the person to talk to since he's apparently in love with Mario Tennis.
Is he?
He just
I didn't know anyone was in love with it.
He just goes on about it a bit. So it's coming to Wii U. It's, from what I could tell, it's pretty much the same thing of the 3DS version, but it's just released for the Wii U.
Yeah.
But it looks good. I mean, I would play it. I don't know if I'll ever get into it, but yeah, it's coming. Fire Emblem, did they announce anything about that?
Yeah, there's a few Fire Emblem things. We'll just rattle them off quickly because, I mean, there's a couple of three Fire Emblem games, 2 Dragon Quest games, which is actually massive. Dragon Quest 7 and Dragon Quest 8 for the 3DS.
Pokemon Picross they released as well, so it's a Picross game with Pokemon, and your Pokemon can do special abilities to clear. So
many RPG games.
Yeah,
now Final Fantasy Explorers.
That's the one. Yeah, so those are third-party ones. Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Yeah,
I skimmed over that when I watched it. I was at work at the time, but I didn't get to see a lot of it. So it's just all the Mega Man games?
It's 1 to 6.
Okay.
The first sort of the first issue of them, and so it's all a bundle, and you get a cool Mega Man, a gold Mega Man amiibo.
Oh wow! Okay,
it's pretty cool. What else we got? A few indie
games.
stuff. Yeah, Steamworld Heist,
one
Kerbal
looks
Space
cool.
Program.
Fast Racing. That looks
Fast Racing Neo and Typo Man look awesome.
Yeah, looks like F-Zero Racing.
Yeah.
And Typo Man looks really cool. It's got a bit of a Little Johnny Shadow.
Limbo.
Limbo, yeah. Got a bit of a Limbo vibe to it. That sort of dark side scroller. You interact with the environment to make words. So one of the things they show you is there's rain and the letters rain are there, and there's a D on a vine, and you swing the D across. Hey, hey, hey. You swing on the D vine across, and then the D goes and turns it into drain. And then the water...
Yeah, the water drains away. Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. The other one I saw was there was a big obstacle smashing into the ground. It had a C on it, and then as it hit the ground, it spelled crush, and then as it lifted up, the C disappeared and just said rush. So you had to run through it.
That's cool.
So lots of environment stuff like that. That's going to be a cool one.
Mighty Number 9 finally got a release date of February 9th after about 3 delays or something. So that's coming from the maker of Mega Man, the creator of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Lego stuff, Project X going to Terraria, a bunch of stuff. It was a pretty beefy direct.
Lots of little things as well as some fairly strong titles there as well. We didn't mention Nintendo Arcade, but that got announced as well, I'm sure.
Oh, the Badge Arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels very steep. $2 for a try.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee you'll get something, but alright, we'll see. They also announced towards the end, not a price drop as we predicted, but a new bundle. So it's Splatoon and Smash Bros. With the premium Nintendo.
Yeah, you did watch the American one though, remember?
That's why.
We didn't get that. I'm sure we'll get it eventually, or a version of it.
I just think it's cool that they're putting two of these top titles together.
Yeah, definitely.
So it'll be interesting to see. And they're also doing a 3D World Nintendo 3DS again over there.
Really?
Yeah, that's. It's just an included game. I think it's one of those preloaded things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So we didn't get any bundle like that?
No, they didn't sell anything.
Well, we got
But we've discussed that at this point. Like, it doesn't need more bundles. It just needs a price drop. Like, you can only put so many games in. So the big thing that we touched on before was that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are getting re-release on Nintendo eShop.
So it's a re-release.
3DS eShop.
Yeah, not a remake. So it is the original game in its sort of old-fashioned glory.
Yeah, same graphics, same controls, whatever.
The big thing though, which is a game changer for it, is obviously you can't have a link cable anymore.
Yeah.
They are putting in wireless trading and wireless battles, so that'll be really cool. I've heard on the old internet that they may be doing bug patching as well, so you might not be able to do Rare Candy or the Mewtwo anymore. Hopefully you can, because honestly I feel like that's part of the game.
It's part of the game at this point,
But yeah, so I'll be getting Yellow, just because like Yellow's my jam. But I kind of want to get Blue as well, because Blue was the first one I played, so I kind of want to go back to my roots there. But what are you thinking? Are you thinking Yellow as well?
No, see, I want to get Yellow, but every single person I know is getting Yellow, so it's trying to be different. I do love the graphics though, like the colour in Yellow is really a big factor, but I think I might just keep it original.
Yeah, get that Pikachu following me around there.
Yeah.
The old,
I want to be able to evolve my Pikachu, so I'm just going to choose
You can evolve it in the game.
Not in Yellow.
I swear you could, if you deposit it. Oh, I don't know, it's been a long time. No, I'm thinking of Soul Silver.
Yeah, Soul Silver.
Add a Pikachu following me around.
So with the wireless trading though, and battling, I'm assuming, it's like, I don't think they're going to be letting you go over Wi-Fi and do it, like over the internet and do
I think it's infrared.
It's like infrared only, What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm not I don't really hate it that much.
I mean, it keeps the old vibe, which is what they're going for there, obviously. I think an online one would have been cool, but it's not a game changer at all. Like, I'm still going to get it, I'm still going to have fun with it. It's about going back to your roots. Ben, are you going to get that at all? You're an old-fashioned Pokemon player, at least.
My first one was Blue, so I've got the original game still.
Yeah.
So
well, you're a bit of a game collector.
You've got all three.
Anyway, I'd get all three anyway if I was going to get them. But,
well, we're thinking like probably $10 to $15, probably more likely $15.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see because like eShop's one of those things where you're like, oh, I'd get that if it was maybe 10% cheaper.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit too expensive. So I want it to be accessible. I hope it isn't too expensive. So
we talked about it a while ago on the podcast, and you said like if it was $1, a million people would buy it, and that's $1 million. You know, so like I feel like they could justifiably charge about $10.
Yeah, 10 would be good.
But as Australians, I feel like we're going to be pushing like 17, 18. Yeah,
would be what it would be.
Oh well.
But it's really cool. I think honestly a little bit of a cop out because it's like, okay, here's the game everyone wanted, but unchanged completely. We're not remaking it. But at the same time, it's giving us access to it.
Yeah.
And it's like February, or is it January? 27th.
February 27th, the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, so the exact same time, 20 years ago that it originally came out.
How old are we?
Wow. I remember buying it from the store in box and being like,
wow,
here's this new game. Wow, I've got to find my manual somewhere. I like ticked all the gym badges as I got it, and then when I like looked at it like 10 years later, I'm like, why'd I ruin this manual? Like,
oh no,
because it had notes in the back.
Yeah.
Like old
did
games.
Anyone, by the way, anyone use that?
I don't think anyone has ever in the history of life used that. Actually, I lie. My mum used the back of the Doom 2 book for a Sega Saturn to write down all the codes. Back in the codes.
That was back when you had like enter code to get to certain levels.
Yeah, there was no save. It was just go from there.
Interesting.
Yeah, but so I'm excited. Out of everything, that's probably the one thing I'll buy straight away. Everything else I can probably live without temporarily. I mean, all the updates and stuff are fine, but that's the one thing that I took away from it. I'm sure a lot of people did.
Yeah. No, it was cool. It was cool.
I'm just concerned about having to start the game, get the Dome Fossil, get Hitmonchan, trade it across, start the game, get the Helix Fossil, get Hitmonlee, and then go from there. So, because they're the only exclusive ones now, I think. Other than version specific, like Vulpix, Growlithe, and all that. But that's what I liked about the old games. There's you only have one chance to get something. It's everything's included essentially, especially on Yellow when you can actually get all the starters.
Yeah. That is cool.
Yeah, so that'll be a bit of a blast of the past. It'll be very weird playing it without speed up. After it being so used to playing it on a
emulator. Yeah.
Maybe they'll include that. Maybe they'll put in Doduo and Dodrio like on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, I don't know if they do that.
Probably not, but...
It's going to be weird going back and up to playing sort of X and Y and the newer games, like without having TMs breaking, because we're so used to just spamming, using Earthquake and stuff.
There'll be no breeding.
No breeding, no TMs break.
This is pre-split, so it's just special.
Attack. Only 3 ghosts in the whole game.
Yeah, like 2 ice types.
Yeah.
We got Dugong, then Sheldon, Jinx, so 3.
Few,
Okay, so there's a few, but
there's not many though.
Ice is broken as hell back then anyway. Permanent freeze, unless you use a fire move.
So they'll change that. No, they won't change anything. Just assume that they're not changing anything except the wireless
trade, which I think is a good move.
Yeah.
I would like to see a few implements, maybe a few changes, but it's a classic game. That's what they've done. That's why they've released it.
So overall, Campbell, how would you rate the Direct?
Again, after talking about it, I'll downgrade to a 6.5.
Oh, okay.
Still really good. Nothing huge. Now that we've talked through it all, but some cool stuff.
Yeah,
it's all little things that they need. This is enough to get them by. It was all the holiday stuff. So they did well with this one. It had a good vibe to it. I think this was a perfect answer to how we were worried about what would happen now.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're just continuing them, and they address it and said we will continue to bring it directly to you. So, yeah.
And the other big news we'll end on is that there's a Smash announcement Direct coming in December, so we'll be covering that as well.
Hopefully that's the ballad.
Oh, it's got it.
You can only hope.
It has to be the ballad. Yeah. It's got to be 3 characters, it's got to be the ballad, it's got to be stages, it's got to be something big.
Yeah, excited. Well, we'll do another probably bonus episode.
Yeah,
for that,
definitely.
If not, just a regular episode if it times out nicely.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, and website at www.redcoin.net.au. Thanks for joining us, Ben.
No worries.
He's hating life. And
thanks,
Chris,
guys.
We'll see you in the next episode.
See you in a few weeks. See ya.